tonight, guys. So today, what I will be touching on is how to connect multiple Excel spreadsheets together. So basically, to do this here, we just come up on the screen, open up Excel, data from file from Excel workbook. So the workbook that I'm going to use today is the Mineral Opal Licenses South Australia. I'm going to connect to this workbook. I'm going to load the workbook here. Okay, so we've got queries and connections here on the right-hand side of the screen. So what this is the connection between two workbooks. It's basically found where the other connection is on the computer or the other data source is on my computer, and it's connected to this workbook. Okay. Um, you would do this when you have multiple different Excel workbooks or multiple different containing multiple different data sets, and you want to uh, create a new workbook with centralized based data set that has data that you want. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you now how this works. So um, I'm going to go another data set here now. I'm going to go, so this is minerals and opal licenses from South Australia. I'm going to go into another one. So petroleum analysis, we're going to go to, this is SA, so we'll stick with SA petroleum licenses. Okay, and we're going to go petroleum exploration licenses here. We are going to load this one too. Beautiful. Okay, so you can see another query here. We've got another connection, and the data sources will appear here once it's finished loading. Um, okay, cool. So what this is now is we have these two different data sets from two Excel workbooks that are stored on my computer. So if I want to now come in here and go, okay, well, this is my South Australia mining data set that explains all the different operators or mining companies that have all the different leases for minerals and opals in South Australia. And it also has all the companies that currently have petroleum exploration licenses in South Australia and um, what lease number those operators are working under. I can go, okay, cool. So that's my centralized point for those two. I can add more data sets to that as they become available to me. So I can now go file, save as, and I can save this as SA mining centralized data set. Okay, I can save. We are going to go to mineral opal licenses for South Australia. Okay, and we are going to go down to the bottom here. Now, what I want to do here is, let's say I have to, over time, a period of time, these data sets get updated on SA Rig, and I go to pull these data sets out and I need to update the data that I've got in my centralized spreadsheet. What I can do is I can add in these extra rows. I can use Power Query to merge data across. But if it's just a couple of rows that I'm adding over time, I can easily just sort of slip them in, and I'll just show you how this is automated just quickly here. Okay, so X and Y, I'm not going to worry about. This one here, we're just going to make up a figure. So that'll do. And then here we'll call it EL 9864. We'll say it's active. The one up above is also a bit of a joke here. So we'll call this one Big Daz Minerals. Um, Daz Minerals, north of Adelaide. Um, we call this one Northern Summit. And the date, we'll just say it was the 6th of the 6th, 22. And the expiry 15th of the 8th, 2029. Gotta watch that numlock key. All right. And I'm going to go over here. So no, we have 100, we'll go for 156 square kilometers. And we will say that this is graphite, iron, and gold. Okay. All right. So I go in here, I save that now. So I've saved it to this main spreadsheet of mine that I'm pulling data from. I close it. Okay, so I'm coming back now to my uh, new spreadsheet that I've created. The query is connecting to my old spreadsheet. So the centralized spreadsheet that I just created. As we can see, Big Freddy Minerals is down here, down the bottom. So now what we want to do is we want to add that row into this data set that I just updated. So the data set I just updated, we want to see the extra data at the bottom of this sheet. So if I go here and I go to data and I go refresh all, okay, and then I go down to the bottom of my data set, as we can see here, Big Daz Minerals is down the bottom. Okay, so that's how you automatically date a data set, or if you want to have multiple different data sets that are talking to each other, that's the way to do it. Now I can do the same for this spreadsheet here, petroleum exploration licenses. If I choose to do so, I can go in, add some additional fields, update it here, and have that extra data set. So what I could potentially do in the extract, transform, and load phase is I could go into Power Query and let's say I had a data set that had, let's just say, like 100 different new fields here. Um, I could then append in Power Query and bring that data together with this particular spreadsheet, and I could then bring the data back across into um, the spreadsheet that I'm using to feed this centralized data set and have everything automatically updated. Okay, so that sort of is quite a easy way for smaller businesses to sort of get a bit of a data flow happening without a database. If you've got a database like a SQL server, you would just go from database and you would just keep bringing the data straight from the SQL server to build your data pipeline. Thanks for listening in today, guys, and I look forward to catching you in the next video. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. If you haven't already and you're enjoying the videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thanks, guys, and take care.